Hey, Adam Savage here with another one-day build in my cave. Actually, I'm not sure this is as much a one-day build as it is a repair because I've got a key piece of equipment I use every day that needs some repair. You might not know this about me, but my eyes are very sensitive to the sun, and so left to my own devices, I wear aviator sunglasses. I have a bunch of pairs of these, and I have, over the past few years, become totally obsessed with this specific style of aviator. It's a slightly smaller size. It is a shape favored by NASA astronauts. Shocking, I know. I have a pair that are particularly beautiful. These are original Ray-Ban sunglasses from the 1960s. And I just want to, this is what needs repair. So these are a little broken, but these are an amazing pair of sunglasses. I love them. They feel amazing. They cost me a fair bit because I bought them from a company called Retrospecs that buys old sunglasses, refurbishes them, replates them, makes them perfect, and then sells them at a premium. And I paid that premium a few years ago and bought these. If you would like a pair of these, you could actually get an incredibly good replica from Luna Replicas. My friend Max Kaiserman makes some beautiful replicas of these sunglasses. But these are my main babies. These are my babies? These are my main sunglasses, my main squeeze. And there is a separation here where the frame has come apart, right there you go. The frame has come apart right there, and I need to re-silver solder it back together, and that's what I'm about to do. So join me for this repair, won't you? All right, now I have a few things at my disposal here. I have some Stay Silv brazing rod, silver brazing rod, some Stay Silv flux paste, and I've broken out my soldering iron station because I want to use the helping hands here. These are nice, robust helping hands, and I would like them to hold these sunglasses in the proper orientation so I can get the silver solder on them. I'm going to use this butane torch to do the heating, and this is a tricky little business to get it right. But first, I've got to pull the temple. That's what these things are called, by the way. I've got to pull the temple off the sunglasses and get all those screws out of there. I don't want to solder into any screws. That would be bad. Let's see here. There is one screw, and there's the temple. Goes right there. Now I want to, oh man, yeah, I really need some work. Now I'm going to separate the sun. Oh, am I going to? Oh yeah. That is some tricky business right there. Okay, I've got to do some filing here. I repaired this once, but apparently not very good. So I have to do it again, but this time better. The bonus here is that it seems to have separated. Right, I actually have some meat on which to solder this. So to lay this out for you. A bad break would be a break right in the middle here because then I'm soldering two end things together, and there's a lot of mechanical on that joint, and that's just nothing you're going to do is going to make that a permanent mechanical connection. However, what happens here is that the bottom of the eyeglass frame comes up here and then solders to this piece that attaches the temple. So to give you the example, it's more like two pieces joining like this than this. And this gives me a lot more surface area. So the frame comes up and the temple piece solders to it. So I've got a nice wide pad there, but I want to make that pad really, really solid. I think I'm going to need some, wow, I got to put those screws in a container so I don't sweep them off, because if I do, Well, I have more, but I'd rather use the originals. All right, got a little medicine cup. That's where I'll put the screws and also the temple. Great, those will live there. Now I'm gonna go get some fine files. I'm gonna get a magnifier. All right, let's see here. Oh yeah, that's great. Okay, let's bring this over here. Okay, just being super careful to make sure these look as original as possible. I don't want them to, you know, I want to maintain that original look, which means I have to be very sparing with my soldering. Come on, all right. It looks like what separated was already a solder joint in the original manufacture of the sunglasses. That's what gives me hope that I can get it back together with a minimum of abuse. Okay, so I think that piece feels ready to go. This one, oy vey. Oh, hey, you know what? I'm gonna get a holder. Oh, you know what? I have an even better holder. A good holder. All right. Oh, so nice to be able to hold on to it with some real alacrity. All right, that's great. Oh, beautiful. All right, so now I can clear away some of this detritus. If you end up seeing a little silver solder on this, if I end up seeing a little silver solder, I'm totally fine with that. I'm happy to, you know, I like to tell the stories of my repairs. All right, let's see if that's marking that. No, okay, good. I'm just gonna give that a good tighten down. Ah, awesome. I'm going to pull out the other eyeglass lens and the other temple so that I don't have to worry about these things swinging around. This is something I don't often do, but it's always a good idea to do. And it's, you know, I refer to this broadly as addressing your work, like just making sure you're working under the most optimal conditions you can. And frankly, because I'm an impatient guy, I tend to not do the waiting. I tend to not do the setup, and I always suffer for it. I always suffer for it. Okay, come on. Eyeglass screws, let's fall out there. Fall out, everybody. That's one. All right. And come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, little boy. Get along, little doggy. Ah, such a satisfying sound. The other temple, I'm removing. Where did I put the first one? There. Okay. Great. Now I can compare these two things. Right. The relationship is that this has to be attached to that. Right. Okay. Oh, look at that. I see. Okay, cool. Just to show you, I've got this little, it's so hard with these big fat fingers of mine. I've got this little piece and it's got to go right on this temple piece right here. And I screw those together like that. And when I do, I'll show you how it'll get soldered onto the other piece. All right. Hopefully without me soldering the whole thing together, because that would be a disaster. Okay, so yeah, that looks right. That looks like I've filed enough away. Almost. I gotta file a little. Do I? Ah, you know what? I file here. And I think it'll afford me. It is! Oh, that's great. This is good. This is actually quite nice. I think, oh, I'm so scared of soldering all this together. I am so terrified of soldering everything here together and not being able to get it back out again. All right, let's get a little paste here. Paste flux. Now I'm going to hold on to these. I think I'm going to hold on to them like this. And then I'll do the other ones over here. Great, that's nice and solid. Separated out from everything. I'm going to snip it. Do I have to? Let's try here. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try heating this up, and then try and doink, bring them together. Doink, like that. And if I do, I am so scared of soldering all these things together. It is a real danger here. And I am so scared of it, I am altering the plan. I'm altering the plan. Pray I don't alter it any further. I am definitely going to separate them out. This is really about like every extra minute. I want to separate those two things. Every extra minute spent like dialing this in is probably a half hour spent not fixing my dumb screw ups. That's why I'm being so kind of persnickety about this. But I need a little wedgie poo to separate those out. I mean, I guess I could just do that. Yeah, I guess I can. That's fine. Okay, so you'll grab there like that, and then you there we are. I think that's the correct orientation. I think that's much better setup than I had before. Feels good. That looks nice and even. All right. We're back in business. Okay. Plate for the base here. I think that actually worked. Let's see. Okay, I didn't solder it to the helping hands. That's one good sign. I'm going to move these out of the way. Going to do a little inspection here. Okay, it looks, yeah, that seats. It seems like a good connection. Okay. I am very, very pleased. You know, I think that kind of all goes to show that there's no like exactly right way to do these things. There's just like ways to do it and be careful. Let me get a little something. You know what I have? There we go. A little brass wire brush for doing some cleanup here. Yeah. I'll tell you, when you own stuff and you repair it and it then lasts for another few years for you, there are few more awesome feelings. Swear. All right, so let's start putting these glasses back together. Yeah, I know that's ugly, but I'll... a little steel wool, perhaps. Let's... Nice. Oh, good. That's nice. That's good looking. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's cleaning everything up quite nicely. All right, let's get some screws in there. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll do the lenses first, and then we'll do the temples. Okay, I'm going to put those in loose so that I can snap the lenses in and then tighten them up. Good. Lenses. My eyeglass cloth for manhandling. Oh, crap, it just broke on me again. Okay, so clearly I didn't have it. I did not have it. Okay, but I see where it needs to go. So let's go through this again. And here I was worrying that this video would be too short. Ha ha ha. You know, it's funny. When I was making Mythbusters, frequently, my co-executive producer, Dan Tapster, would call me up and he would say, Adam, I'm worried that as outlined, the current episode we're working on isn't long enough. I'm worried that we don't have enough narrative meat for the episode. And I would say, Dan, don't worry. Things will go wrong, and that will be narratively interesting. I am sure that things will not go according to plan. We just had that conversation so many times. And I was always right. Things never go. No plan survives first contact with implementation. Okay, so I'm going to tighten this screw so it doesn't fall out. And I'll just worry about you later. But you, on the other hand, I don't know, something I got wrong there. I mean, I had the orientation exactly correct. And I can see where you live. I can see where you want to live. So let's try this again. I don't know about the stay self. You know, it's a new product. I used it recently with Kip Bradford on the refrigeration video, but I think I'm going to go back to my old standby of Stay Bright silver solder, just because I know it better. Actually, I have some silver solder. Okay, I actually have some other silver solder, and I'll try this stuff and see how it does. But you're supposed to dispense from that, and I don't think you're going to do that cooperatively, are you? All right. I'll try this. So, same setup as before. Maybe we get you a close-up this time. I forgot to shoot the close-up. I got so excited, I forgot to shoot the close-up. Let me show you my close-up. All right, so that was the solder joint that failed right there. And I filed both sides of it, added some more flux, and put a little bit of this silver solder in there, and it seems to have taken. So let's clean it up and try it one more time. All right, let's see if that one took. All right. Oh, I got a lot in there. Oh, no, it did not take. It's already breaking free. I don't want this to be the end of these sunglasses. I really don't. Okay, I see. It didn't take. Let's see if I can get rid of some of this. Ah, yeah. I've cleaned off most of the solder. I'm going to hold it in my jeweler's clamp. This is another lovely tool right here. It's a jeweler's clamp. There we go. It's a jeweler's clamp, and I'm using it to hold on to this piece so I can do some finishing on that part that meets the eyeglass frame. All right, let's see here. I want the triangular file. I may sock a mechanical connection in there. That's actually something I can do. I have some 080 taps. I might be able to sink a very small screw in there and then solder on top of that. Here, let's first of all, let's try it. Let's do my air trick. Taking a little longer to heat up because my jeweler's clamp is being a heat sink. Come on. Well, that was the actual glasses frames. Shall I go get them? All right. Everything is back. I've got all the screws. I've got my eyeglass frames. And I have removed all the solder from this piece. And now I can see where the broken bit goes. And it's really... Actually, I've got room for a mechanical connector in there. I'm gonna go use one. All right, so let me bring the camera over and show you what I've got. So here's my big dumb fingers. This is the part, and for reference, that's where the temple goes. The screw comes in here. This is where the eyeglass frame attaches. And right here, come on, there we are. Right here is where the eyeglass frame attaches. And it attaches like that. Right, like, there we go. Okay, so now I can clearly see the brake. I can see, yeah, I can see that I think I do need a mechanical connection in there. I've got some pin vices, so I'm going to break out my pin vices and try and make a mechanical connector in there. Here we go. I got my pin vices set up. I've got my magnifiers. Everything is going, and I'm just going to try and put a little hole right here. And I'm just going to give you a close-up so you can see how that looks. So I'm actually, I'm going to come at it from this side. And this is how you use a pin vise. It's just simply you're going back and forth like John Plant makes fires. Except you're doing it with a tiny drill bit to just try and work your way through a small piece of metal. Now I have a drill. Yeah, I just don't think it's good enough for this. Oh, actually, wait a second. If I can get this started. I'm not really making a dent. time to bring out another piece of equipment. All right, so now I'm using a pin vise that's got like an old drill. It's got a reciprocating. Nope. All right, I'm going with power. I've got this drill bit, which is a very fine one, embedded into a piece of steel. I'm going to put that into one of my fine little drills, this little Makita baby here, and I'm going to attempt to put the hole right where I want it. I am not making any progress whatsoever. Now I'm going to use my little Proxon Dremel to see if I can't obtain this hole. Oh, here we go. There we go. See if I can't make it. Yeah, there. Okay, making a little progress, slowly but surely. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to get a little cutting oil on this. There we go. All right, I have successfully made the hole. Woo! That took everything I had. And finally, this little bit from this side, using my new Proxon Dremel at its full speed. So now I want to transfer that hole into this piece and try and get a little bit of purchase in there. All right, here we go. Again, I forgot to cover it with the camera, but that is the joint. It looks like successfully soldered. So I'm going to, yeah, you can see how the arrangement is here. Let's see, yeah, there we go. That's it. And I am going to attempt to pull this out and inspect how strong the joint is. Let's see. Oh man, it's ugly. However, it's possible I might have gotten it. All right, that seats, the eyeglass seats in there. It feels like pretty solid. I've got to do some carving in there. I've got to use a little tiny ball end. All right, we're going to break out the Proxon. I know I keep saying its name. They haven't paid me any money. I just really like this thing. Okay, so I got a little tiny ball end there. Look at how small that puppy is. Come on, focus. Yeah, that's good enough. A little diamond ball end. Let's see here. This is, whenever I visit Peter Lyon at Weta Workshop, this is what he's doing with swords. Like, he does all that big grinding, but it always comes down to these tiny little Dremel work that he does to get it all smooth and perfect. Oh, 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 oh. I bent it a little bit. Did I bend it? Did I break the joint? Did I break the joint? Oh my God, this is Sisyphean, this mofo. No, I don't think I bent the joint. Amazingly. I think the joint held. Oh, God. I'm getting stressed out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. All screws accounted for. I'm going to loosely fit this screw. Look at all this crap with this one little repair. I know it's not crap, but it's just amazing to me how much I can bring out to service a thing. All right. Let's break out one of these screws. Hey, the threading on the hole still works. Oh, I'm going to have to address that. I got a little bead of solder inside the temple hinge, which is problematic. But looks okay. I have to take care of that first before I pop the lenses. So, these knife files, which have like super fine edges, came from South Korea, from my student Doki, who was without a doubt the best student in my class. That guy didn't speak a word of English, but oh my God, did he understand everything. He was amazing. He even had to leave for part of the semester to take care of a relative, a family situation, and he still turned in all his work on time, as good or better than anybody else in the class. Yeah, that was an amazing student. And at the end of class, he was using, while I was teaching him, he was using one of these files, and I was like, where did you get that? And he was like, clearly pleased to be showing me a tool I had not seen, and consequently gave me one when the year ended. All right, so here we go. Let's see, does this slip in there? Not quite, gotta work on it a little bit more. Shall we try and put the lens back in? Let's try it. All right. This is the correct lens. I'm going to loosen the screw that tightens this part of the eyeglass frame, so I have a little bit of movement in there. I'm going to start in the center and work my way out towards where that joint is. Or should I do it the other way? No, I don't think I have an option. I think I got to start in the center. Oh man, yeah. Oh, no. Okay. This is the... I was going to say this is a moment of truth, but I don't know if it's the moment of truth. It might be the moment of abject, total disaster. Here I thought I was just going to shoot a little repair video. Hey, Adam shot a bunker video and repairing his sunglasses, like 10 minutes long. This is like an epic Homerian. Things aren't wanting to fit as neatly as they used to. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Those were all good sounds. Those are good sounds. This looks like a good seat. We are about to do this. Here we go. We're applying some genuine mechanical pressure now. It seems to be holding. Goodness gracious, is it possible? Apply a little more mechanical pressure. Feels good. Feels very good. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, we're going to get that temple in. I think I have to place this screw with tweezers because it's so damn small. Oh my God. Watchmakers blow my mind. Can I just say that? Possessing these big meat sticks that we have mounted to the ends of our arms and trying to work on precise things, not easy. Oh, okay. It feels like... All right. I'm going to loosen the other one, pop the other lens in. We'll see if we can get some sunglasses back to wearable. I'm sure if you're somebody who works on Ray-Bans, you're like, you're doing it all wrong. You're doing it all wrong. And I get that. I get that that's possible. But there's only the way that I learned it or figured it out myself. However, if you've got hints or comments, great. That's the good lens. And that one seats all the way nicely. We have one more screw and one more temple. There it is. The temples of these old Ray-Bans, bilaterally symmetrical. Same temples on both sides. That makes construction a little bit easier. All right. Let's get... I am recording, right? Good. Let's get this on the home stretch. Screw is in. The Weeha is slotted. Come on, come on. Slotted head screwdrivers. Deliver me from slotted head screws. All right, so I'm gonna get that a little bit tighter. Good. All right. All right. Well, you knew how this video was going to end, right? It was always going to end with me putting on a pair of sunglasses and saying thanks for watching. So here we go. Lenses look clean, not too scratched up. And here, okay. So there's that problem. So let me adjust that. Oh, right. Okay. So I want to do that super carefully. I need some gentle adjustment here. Oh, did that just crack it? Hard to tell. Well, there's only one way to tell. Let's try tightening down that screw. A little more mechanical pressure. Seems to be holding. Oh, I can take off the others. That took way longer than I thought it would. Thank you for watching. This has been a one-day shop repair that took a little bit longer than I expected it to and created, you should see this, a little more of a mess. There we are. Look at that. Look at all that crap that I had to pull out, in addition to also pulling out my full box of Dremel bits and everything. However, it was all in the service of me looking a little bit cooler. Are these even? Oh, they're a little bit uneven. I'll fix that later. Thank you guys for watching. See you next time.